So I'm going to try to talk about this without seeming too alarmist. It's really hard, but I'm going to try to get into it and talk about what are some of the consequences that will happen if we decide to invade Greenland. First and foremost, everyone in NATO, Denmark, their allies, are arming themselves and preparing for war. This is not some sort of game. This is not some sort of fun. This is not negotiation. This is war with our friends, with our allies, for no goddamn apparent reason, especially ones that will benefit any American. If you think that this somehow is going to benefit you, tell me the last time you've thought of a corporation who has lowered their costs and done benevolent things for the benefit of you that doesn't involve them profiting to the maximal degree off of whatever they can squeeze out of you, because it doesn't happen, not currently. And any of this is not going to benefit you at all. They'll dangle a carrot telling you it will, but that will never materialize once. And the cost of it isn't merely military. This will turn into a conflict. This will turn into a war. People are going to die. And you might feel like that doesn't affect you because you aren't in the military. But I think that should matter because lives are going to be lost. Friends are going to be lost. We will become the evil that we have fought for so long. Second, it will affect you because the other effects are going to be swift and devastating because there will be trade embargoes and sanctions. And that will make all of our lives awful in a time where it's already awful and we're being told and gaslit that everything's great. We are interwoven with our NATO allies because they're friends. Our financial institutions will collapse quickly because we do all sorts of financing and banking with our friends. They will stop that. Banks will just shutter and close. Financial institutions will collapse. The stock market will bomb and crater. The dollar will lose value. Inflation will skyrocket. If you thought like the 2008-2009 housing crisis and banking crisis was bad, it's nothing. It's nothing compared to what will happen when we impose this upon ourselves and make enemies of people who have helped prop up our economy in many ways. That will be gone. And then the sanctions are going to affect not only a time when everything's already cratering, but make everything more expensive because we won't have access to things that we rely upon that we don't realize we're getting from other countries. All sorts of food and produce, all sorts of chips and goods that we get from other countries will go away. If your car needs a repair, if your appliances break down, if you need a new phone, you won't be able to find those things. They will be cost prohibitive, one, because of the financial collapse, but because they'll be scarce and go away and vanish, and we will have barren, empty shelves. Think about what people do in a panic related to the pandemic or related to a storm that's coming. This will be 10 times worse. And I'm not trying to be alarmist. That's literally what happens when you go into conflict, when you are the aggressor, not the responder to the aggression. Swift economic sanctions. Look what happens to countries where they have authoritarian leaders that do these kinds of things. What happens to the people in those countries? I mean, if you're so concerned about Iran, if you're so concerned about Venezuela, the people of Iran and Venezuela suffer from the decisions of their leaders who do things exactly like this, who do things that are selfish, myopic, to be self-serving for them and their friends, that hurt the people of the country. That's what's going to happen. It's going to hurt us, including you. So my question is, what are you going to do? What are you willing to do to make sure this doesn't happen?